Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and I'm in my insanely hot garden right now. But we're going inside so that I can show you guys what I'm doing to up pot my seed starts that I have going. But first, I want to show you guys something really cool. Alright guys, it is super hot outside, but look, this is my update on my black eyed peas. I have some that are really tall right there in the back. Those ones were the first ones to pop up, but they all are looking amazing. They have a lot of good green leaves on it, and I think that they're going to start growing some black eyed peas soon. So just a quick update. So I'm so excited about that. I just had to show you guys. But also I wanted to mention too that for those of you guys that are getting things eaten when they're little seedlings, put a cup over them. Somebody had told me to do that, and that has been saving my seedlings that are underneath the shade cloth. Alright guys, so it is actually way too hot to be outside, but I am going to show you guys all of my seedlings and what I'm going to be doing in order to transplant them to a bigger pot. So I don't want these to go out just yet. I do want them to get a little bit bigger since I've had problems with things eating them. I probably could plant some of the pumpkins and the squashes, but just to be on the safe side, since we're getting ready to hit another heat wave, which we got 1 day of rain. I feel like the monsoon is failing me. It's failing me. It's so hot here, guys. Like when I say hot, I mean like 115. We're about to hit probably like over 115, so get even hotter because August is even hotter. So with that said, I'm going to just put these in a bigger pot. Now, one thing I did get, and I was going to put them in the plastic pots, and I had them, and then they got crushed. So I was gonna order some more, and then I ordered these instead. So these ones are also by Jiffy, and these ones are the cardboard ones that you don't have to take them out of the pot. So normally what I do though is that I will soak it to where it's like super wet, and then I'll just take off the bottom so that then the roots come out easier. But this kind of just disintegrates within the ground, and it kind of gives the ground like something else to have in there so it can absorb a little bit more moisture. So I'm going to get a big pot so that I can sterilize some of the soil, and then I will be back so that we can plant these up that are way far in advance. I did not mean for these to go this long, guys, but you know, life happens. This has been a crazy week, so we'll just do what we can. That's all we can do. Alright guys, so I have my soil. So this is just a seed starting mix. I still want to keep something light and sterile just because it's going to be inside, and I just added hot water to sterilize it. So you just want to add enough water to where it comes like kind of like a brownie mix, and then it's ready. So I'm going to take one of my cups, and I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom. Now I'm not going to fill it all the way up quite yet. I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom just so that the roots aren't just sitting on the cardboard. And then guys, me and pumpkins. All I want is a pumpkin. And out of everything that started, I only got one pumpkin that came up. This one, it grew roots. I mean, not as much as this, so I'm pretty sure it's dead. And this is not where I wanted my pumpkin to be looking like right now, but I swear, all I want is a pumpkin. That's all I want. So I'm gonna try and be really gentle with this, guys, because I don't want to tear up the roots really bad. And with it being this grown out, this is why you don't let it get too grown out like that, because it's kind of hard to not tear up the roots when it's pretty grown out. And these grow just a giant taproot that's already at the bottom. So I'm gonna try and just kind of mess with it just a little bit, and hopefully I can get it out of here without too much damage. Luckily I will be having these inside for a little bit longer, so then that way hopefully it doesn't cause too much damage, or it'll be able to recover a little bit. But as you guys can see, this root is long, really long. So I'm gonna mess with this one real quick, try and get it off, and then I will be right back to plant it. Okay, so it wasn't too happy about it, but I was able to get it out, especially the long taproot, which is the one I'm really concerned about, without damaging it too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it and I'm going to sit it down in the bottom in here. So this is just gonna give it some more room to grow, and then I'm just gonna take some dirt and kind of put it around it and just pack it on in here. Now, on Saturday, when I can get some worm tea, which right now the Arizona Worm Farm, if you guys are local, they're only providing worm tea on Saturday. That's the only time in the morning, because they are kind of revamping everything and adding more worms. As you guys know, seeds were in shortage, and from talking to them, I guess compost was in shortage too, because there's a lot of people out that are gardening these days because of everything that's going on. So make sure, if you guys need worm compost tea, which if you guys follow my channel, you know that that's what I prefer to use, with a little bit of fish fertilizer, even though I don't want to put fish fertilizer on these because it will smell the house up like fish fertilizer. But if you need to get some worm compost tea, make sure you go on Saturday. Follow their Instagram, they'll post a couple things. I'll link it down below so you guys can find it. And then that way you'll know and be able to have healthy little plants. So this is how it's looking, and then I'm just going to take my little tag that I have here, hopefully, here we go, and I'm just gonna stick it right in it. And so these are gonna go back underneath the grow lights that I have inside, and they're gonna stay inside for a little bit longer. So everybody that prays, pray that this pumpkin grows, because this is my last chance at growing a fall pumpkin, guys. It's the last chance. After this, I'll probably just have to find a local farmer or go to the pumpkin patch out here in Arizona. Okay, so I have all of my squashes planted, and so far so good. Guys, I really suggest that you do that before those roots get so big, because you don't want to be breaking the roots. So I try to keep, especially the taproot, intact as much as possible, but we will see. I'm gonna give these a little bit of worm tea on Saturday, but these are gonna go back underneath the grow lights. Alright guys, now for my tomatoes, I have 2 tomatoes. I know one of them is a purple Cherokee, and then one of them is just a tomato that I was cutting up that I had bought, and I was like, oh, this is such a good tomato, I'm just gonna plant it, which I think is this one, because I think I planted more seeds. So what I'm gonna try and do with these ones is I'm gonna attempt to separate them. I'll start with the purple Cherokee. Now these have way less crazy roots than the squash. Squash had some crazy roots, guys. I'm a little worried about that one. But I'm gonna see if I can just kind of break it apart a little bit and see if I can get to the roots in here without damaging them. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm gonna get some water and dip this in it. Okay guys, so one thing you can do if you're trying to separate 2 tomato plants, or any plants in general, is just take some water and swirl around in the water, and then they'll easily separate without you destroying their roots. So I'm going to take 2 of these. Let's make sure I have enough for the okra. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the only one I'm going to do this with because I don't have a lot of room for tomatoes to grow out in my backyard, but I do want to show you guys how I do it. So I'm going to fill this one up with some soil. Now I can go ahead and fill this one up a lot more than the other ones, just because it doesn't have a big root system to go with it. So I can be able to plant these a lot deeper too as well. So I'm just going to then take it and I'm gonna plant it as deep as I can. So I'm just gonna hold it up and then plant it as deep as I can, almost all the way to where it's at the top of its little leaves. Because everywhere that along that stem, it's a little bit like furry. And what that'll do is it'll set out roots everywhere where it touches the soil. So with your tomato plants, you can plant them pretty deep, and that'll give me a really good root system for the tomato plant when I'm ready to plant this. So that one's all set. Now this one, since I really don't know what it is, what it's gonna grow, I'm not going to plant all 4 of these. So I'm actually just going to pick the tallest one, so then I can bury that one as deeply as I can. And I'm just going to pinch off, or actually they're just coming right out. I'm just gonna pull those right out. And then I'm just going to plant this one and bury it all the way up to here. I have finished them all. These are just the okras and the tomatoes, and I'm gonna get these watered and back underneath the grow lights too as well. So then once I have all that done, I'm gonna wash out this tray and get everything started for August. So August 1st, we're gonna be back at it, and we're going to start planting all of my fall crops is what I'm gonna start inside. So I wanna get my fall crops as big as I can before sticking them outside. So I'm going to start them all in here in the peat pots and just keep them as long as I can. So one thing I do want to say before wrapping this up is big giant thank you. I don't know who sent it, just because it didn't say on the slip that came with Amazon, but somebody sent us a water bath canner, which I'm so excited. If you guys know anything about me, I am definitely afraid of canning things, but I want to try. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to make us be self-sustainable, and canning is a big part of that. So I thought I would start off slow with doing like jams and jellies and different things in water bath canning before pressure canning. So big thank you. If you sent this to us, please message me or DM me. I would love to send you a thank you card, because this is greatly, greatly appreciated. So I just want to say thank you guys for all watching. Thank you for subscribing, and don't forget to grow yourself a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.